Rin was not used to feeling nervous. He had traveled through deep space, walked on planets where gravity was almost nothing, and navigated ships through meteor storms. Yet today, standing in front of the alien station, he felt a strange mix of curiosity and fear. The station was enormous, with walls that shimmered like liquid metal and lights that pulsed softly, almost like a heartbeat. Rin had been sent as part of a small human team to study and map this new station. He was not sure who built it or why it had been abandoned. He stepped inside, his boots clicking on the smooth floor. The air smelled faintly sweet, something he could not identify. The station was quiet, too quiet. He could hear his own breathing loud in the emptiness. Every corridor looked the same, twisting in ways that made Rin feel slightly dizzy. He carried a small scanner, waving it along the walls as he walked, collecting data. "Rin, stay close to the main hall," a voice came through his earpiece. It was Mara, the team leader. "We don't know what's here. Don't wander off alone." "Yes, Mara," Rin replied, though he could not stop himself from exploring. Something about this place drew him forward, past the signs and warnings. One door caught his attention. It was slightly open, almost inviting. Rin paused. There was no label, no warning. His heart beat faster. He knew he should turn back, but curiosity was stronger than caution. He pushed the door slowly and stepped inside. The room was small but warm. Soft lights glowed from strange panels along the walls. There were plants green and blue, unlike anything Rin had seen on Earth. They swayed slightly as if breathing. On a table, there were objects that shimmered and reflected the light. Rin stepped closer, fascinated. Then his eyes landed on the wall. A photo hung there. A photo of him, Rin froze. He blinked, thinking it was a trick of the light. But it was not. There he was in his spacesuit, standing on the landing platform just hours ago. The photo was clear, detailed, as if someone had followed him, watched him, and captured this moment. His mind raced. How was this possible? Who was watching him? Was this a trap? Suddenly, he felt a presence behind him. He turned, expecting a security robot or one of the aliens. But the room was empty. He swallowed hard. He had to leave. Slowly, he backed toward the door, careful not to touch anything. His boots made soft sounds on the smooth floor. As he reached the door, a soft sound made him stop. It was not a voice. It was a gentle hum, like a melody without words. Rin felt his chest tighten. The room was strange, yes, but it also felt alive. There was intelligence here, but not threatening. Somehow it felt personal. Rin stepped back into the corridor. His legs were shaking slightly, though he did not understand why. The station seemed quiet again, but now it felt alive in a different way. He walked quickly toward the main hall, trying to calm himself. When he rejoined his team, Mara noticed his pale face immediately. "Rin, what happened? You look like you've seen a ghost." "I entered a room," Rin said slowly. "It was private. There was a photo of me on the wall," Mara frowned. "A photo. Are you sure?" "Yes. I don't understand it." "I didn't take it." "No one could have taken it," Rin said. His voice was low. "It was strange. Almost like someone knew I would be there." Mara's expression softened. She placed a hand on his shoulder. "It is possible that someone lives here, or lived here. We need to be careful. Don't enter any private areas again." Rin nodded, but his mind was racing. Who could have known about him? How could they have captured his image so quickly? That night, Rin could not sleep. He sat in his small cabin, staring out at the stars. The alien station glowed in the distance, and he thought about the room, the plants, the objects, and the photos. He could not understand it. He felt like someone was watching him, not with hostility, but with curiosity. He remembered stories from older human explorers about alien civilizations that observed humans. Many had written about how humans were unique, unpredictable, and resilient. Perhaps that was why. Perhaps someone had studied him, as he studied them now. The next morning, Rin returned to the corridor where he had entered the room. The door was closed now. He stood in front of it, hesitant. He wanted answers, but he also felt fear. He remembered the hum, the soft life in the room. Someone had lived here. Someone had watched him. He reached out to touch the door, but stopped. He was not ready to confront the unknown. Not yet. Instead, he walked past it, keeping his eyes on the main hall. As he walked, he realized something important. Humans were explorers. Curiosity was in their nature. Fear would not stop them. He might not understand this station yet, or the presence inside it, but he knew he had to learn. He had to know who had taken the photo and why. And perhaps, just perhaps, this was the beginning of a connection that could change everything. Ryan took a deep breath. He would wait, but he would not ignore it. The station was alive. Someone inside it had noticed him, and he would find out why. Rin woke to the soft hum of the station. The light outside his cabin was faint and greenish, casting shadows that moved like waves on the walls. He had thought he could sleep, but the memory of the photo haunted him. Who had put it there? Why did it look so alive, so deliberate? The team gathered in the main hall for their daily briefing. Mara stood in front of a large screen that displayed the layout of the station. Rin joined them, but found his attention wandering. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw the photo. He remembered the plants in the room, the soft glow, and the hum. It felt like a presence waiting for him. "Rin, are you all right?" Mara asked. She noticed his distant expression. "I am fine," Rin replied, though he was not sure if it was true. "Just thinking." After the briefing, Rin wandered near the corridor again, where the private room had been. The door was still closed. His curiosity pulled him closer. He touched the smooth metal wall beside the door, trying to sense any sign of life. Then, softly, he heard a voice. "Why do you come here?" Rin jumped back, spinning around. There was no one in the corridor. The voice was gentle, calm, but carried authority. "I didn't mean to intrude," Rin said carefully. "I was exploring, and I saw the door open." Figure stepped from the shadows. She was tall, with skin that shimmered faintly, like moonlight on water. Her eyes were large, dark, and thoughtful. She moved with grace, every step quiet but certain. Rin's heart beat faster. He had seen alien forms before, but never one like this. "I am Tara," she said. Her voice was soft, yet Rin could feel every word. "I noticed you when you first arrived. I did not expect you to find my room so quickly." Rin swallowed. "I am Rin. I did not mean to enter your room. I only saw the door open." Tira's expression did not change. She tilted her head slightly, as if considering his words. "It is not your fault. Curiosity is natural. I will not punish you." Rin felt relief, but also a strange curiosity. He wanted to know why she had a photo of him. He had to ask. "The photo? In your room? Why is it there? How did you get it?" Tira moved closer, her hands folded gently in front of her. "I have watched humans for a long time. You are not aware, but I observed you during your previous mission. I found you. Interesting. The photo is a record, not a threat." Rin took a step back. "You watched me. Without my knowledge?" "Yes," Tira said simply. There was no malice in her words. "I study humans. You are different from the others. You are curious, persistent, and adaptable. I wanted to understand you." Rin felt a mixture of surprise and pride. No alien had ever studied him this way. Usually, humans studied aliens, not the other way around. He realized he was part of something larger than himself, something that could change how humans were seen in the galaxy. "Why me?" Rin asked. "Why not the others?" Tara's eyes softened. "Because you notice things. You do not only see with your eyes, you observe with your mind. That is rare, even among humans." Rin felt a strange warmth inside him. No one had ever spoken about him this way before. He had trained, studied, and explored, but no one had ever noticed the small details he observed. Now this alien was acknowledging it. "Do you always watch humans?" Rin asked cautiously. Tira shook her head. "No, only when it is important." Only when I want to understand something new. Humans are unpredictable. They can survive situations that other species cannot. That is why I study them. That is why I watched you. Rin thought about his team. He wondered what they would say if they knew an alien had observed him in this way. But he also felt a new sense of responsibility. If Tira was studying him, he had to act wisely. He had to show what humans could do, not just for himself, but for his species. Can I see your room? Rin asked slowly. I mean properly. Not to look at the photo, but to understand why you have it. Tira considered him. Perhaps. But you must promise to respect it. This is my private space. You may not touch everything. Observation only. Rin nodded eagerly. I promise. Tara led him to the room. As they walked, Rin noticed how the station seemed to change around her. Lights pulsed slightly brighter as she passed. Plants swayed more gently. The air felt warmer. It was as if she carried life with her. When they entered the room, Rin's eyes widened. The plants were more vivid up close, some floating slightly above the floor. Small creatures, almost like insects, shimmered in colors he had never seen. Strange objects lined the tables. Tools, devices, and artifacts that Rin could not identify. But at the center, still on the wall, was the photo of him. You took it yourself? Rin asked, pointing at the photo. Tara smiled faintly. No, I recorded it with long-range sensors. I capture moments carefully, without disturbing the subject. This is a human method you might call photography. I wanted to understand your movements, your reactions, your attention. You reacted differently than the others. You noticed small details. You paused, observed, and thought. That is why I chose to keep this record. Rin felt a mix of awe and unease. He had never imagined someone or something could study him this way. But now he realized it was not meant to harm him. It was meant to learn. And perhaps to teach. Why show me now? Rin asked. Why not keep it to yourself? Tira tilted her head. Because curiosity is mutual. You entered my room. You saw my record. You wanted to understand. That is the same desire I have. We are not so different. You and I, observation and learning are part of who we are. Rin nodded slowly. He felt a strange connection forming. This was not just an alien observing him. This was someone trying to communicate across the gap between species, trying to understand and to respect. For the next few hours, Tira showed him her collection. Devices that could translate thoughts into light patterns. Tools that mapped energy flows in ways Rin could not yet comprehend. Plants that could purify air and water simultaneously. And small machines that seemed to learn from the environment. Adapting to changes almost instantly, Rin asked questions constantly, and Tira answered with patience. She explained the purpose of some devices, the function of certain plants, and the reason for her observations. He felt like a student and a colleague at the same time. At one point, Rin asked, Have you ever met other humans? Tira shook her head. No, you are the first I have met directly. Others I have studied only from afar. You are different because you approach understanding with thought, not force. Rin smiled faintly. That is very kind of you to say. I think humans have a lot to learn, but we also have ways to solve problems others cannot. Tara's gaze softened. I see that in you already. That is why your photo is here. Not as a trophy, but as a reminder. You are not only observed, you are appreciated. Rin felt a pride he had never experienced before. Not because of achievement or rank, but because someone from another world recognized his value. He understood that this station, this alien woman, was showing him that humans had qualities worth noticing. Qualities beyond technology, strength, or speed. Qualities of thought, resilience, and curiosity. As Rin prepared to leave the room, Tara spoke softly. Do not fear curiosity, Rin. It is what makes your kind unique. It is what allows you to reach beyond your limits, beyond your world. And it is what has brought you here. Rin nodded, feeling the weight of her words. He had come to this station to explore, to map, and to record. But now he realized he had discovered something far greater. He had discovered that humans could be seen as remarkable, even across galaxies, that even a single human could inspire observation, admiration, trust from a species far more advanced in some ways. He stepped out of the room, closing the door carefully behind him. The hum of the station continued, but it no longer felt threatening. It felt alive in a different way, aware and patient. Rin returned to the main hall, carrying not only data and samples, but also a new understanding of what it meant to be human, for the first time. He felt that human curiosity was not just a tool for exploration. It was a bridge between worlds, and Terra was on the other side, waiting to cross it together. Rin returned to his cabin with a new sense of purpose. His mind was alive with questions, ideas, and the vivid memory of Tira's room. Every device, every shimmering plant, every soft hum seemed to carry knowledge waiting to be understood. Yet one thought stayed with him above all others. Humans had something unique that even an advanced species like Terra's recognized. The next morning, Rin approached the main hall with determination. The other human team members were already busy examining the station's systems. Mara noticed Rin's focused expression and gave him a questioning look. "You seem different today," she said. "Did something happen?" Rin shook his head. "Nothing dangerous. But I learned something. There is someone here who has been observing humans. I spoke with her yesterday." Mara raised an eyebrow. "Her, you mean? An alien?" "Yes," Rin said. "Her name is Tira. She is intelligent, patient, and curious. She is not hostile. She wants to understand humans." Mara frowned slightly. "That is unusual. Most species that watch humans do so for study or strategy, they rarely approach us directly." Rin nodded. "I think she sees something different. Something she wants to learn from humans. I want to work with her. I want to understand her." Mara hesitated but eventually nodded. "Very well. But stay careful. Do not take risks alone." Rin walked toward the corridor where Tira's room was located. The station felt different today. The lights seemed to pulse more rhythmically, as if welcoming him. The plants along the corridor swayed gently. Rin remembered Tira's words. Curiosity is what makes humans unique. He felt a surge of confidence. When he arrived at the door, it opened almost as if Tira had been waiting. She stepped out smoothly, her expression calm but curious. "Rin," she said. "You returned." "Yes," Rin replied. "I want to learn more. I want to understand your work and why you watch humans. I think we can help each other." Tira studied him for a moment. Then she nodded. "Very well. You may enter. I will explain what I do and why I study humans. But you must observe carefully and respect my methods." Rin nodded eagerly and stepped inside. The room felt alive again, humming softly with energy. The devices on the tables pulsed with light, the plants shimmered faintly, and small creatures floated gently in the air. Rin felt like he had entered a place where thought and observation were alive. Tira gestured to a panel on the wall. These devices record behavior, reactions, and thought patterns. I observe humans to understand how you solve problems, how you adapt, and how you respond to challenges. Your species is remarkable. You find ways where others fail. That is why I study you." Rin examined the devices closely. "So you are studying humans? Scientifically. But why focus on me?" Tara smiled faintly. "Because you notice details others do not. You observe without interference. You think and act carefully. You show resilience and curiosity. You are representative of the best qualities of humans." Rin felt a mix of pride and humility. No alien had ever recognized humans in this way. I want to learn from you too," he said. "I want to understand how your technology works, how your station functions. I want to see what humans and your species can accomplish together." Tira considered him. "That is a rare approach. Many humans seek only to take or adapt. You seek understanding first." "Very well. I will teach you. But it will not be easy. You must observe, ask questions, and think creatively. For the next several hours, Rin explored the room with Tira. She explained the purpose of each device, demonstrating how it worked. One machine analyzed energy flows and converted them into patterns that humans could interpret. Another device allowed communication between minds through visual and emotional signals. Rin marveled at how advanced these technologies were. But he also realized that Tara's greatest strength was her mind. You see, Tara said, technology alone does not create understanding. Knowledge is only useful when it is paired with observation and thought. That is why I study humans. Your kind can adapt quickly, make decisions with incomplete information, and innovate where others would fail. Rin thought about the mission so far. His team had faced several challenges, from malfunctioning equipment to unstable environments. They had solved problems not by brute force but by thinking creatively, testing, and adjusting. He realized that Tira had been watching not just him but the potential of humans to solve the impossible. Can humans really work with your species? Rin asked. Tara's gaze was steady. Yes, but it requires patience, observation, and mutual respect. You must understand that not all species think the way humans do. Many rely only on rules, repetition, or hierarchy. You rely on creativity, curiosity, and flexibility. That is why you are special. Rin felt a sense of pride and responsibility. He was not just exploring for himself or his team. He was representing humanity in front of a species that valued intellect, adaptability, and curiosity. Every decision, every observation, every action mattered. Over the next few days, Rin and Tara worked closely together. Rin learned how to operate some of her devices, how to interpret the data she collected, and how to think in ways that combined human intuition with alien logic. He discovered that his curiosity was a strength, not a flaw, and that his ability to notice small details could make a difference in complex situations. One morning, while examining a floating device that monitored environmental conditions, Rin noticed an anomaly. A section of the station's oxygen circulation was failing. He realized that if it continued, parts of the station could become uninhabitable within hours. Tara, Rin said, pointing at the device, there is a problem. The airflow here is unstable. If we do not fix it quickly, it could affect life support. Tara moved closer, analyzing the readings. You noticed it immediately. Most observers would have missed this. Your attention to detail is remarkable. Rin felt a surge of confidence. He suggested a series of adjustments, using both human tools and her technology. Tira followed his instructions carefully, her calm presence steadying the operation. Within minutes, the airflow stabilized. You have saved the station, Tara said softly. This is not only technical skill. It is observation, creativity, and action. Humans have a gift for these things. I see it in you. Rin smiled faintly. I could not have done it without your guidance. And your technology? Tira shook her head. No, your mind was the key. Technology is only a tool. Understanding is what matters. That day, Rin realized something important. Humans were more than explorers, more than travelers, more than scientists. Their ability to think, to observe, and to adapt was a gift that could create connections across species. He had seen it in his own actions and in Tira's respect as they continued their work. Rin and Tira began to communicate more openly. He learned about her species' history, their methods of studying life, and their desire to learn from other intelligent beings. She learned about human culture, human problem-solving, and human resilience. Together, they built a bridge of understanding that neither species had experienced before. One evening, Rin stood near the observation window looking out at the stars. Tira joined him quietly. The station glowed faintly around them, alive and humming softly. You have changed, Tira said. Not physically, but in understanding. You see beyond immediate needs. You consider consequences, connections, and possibilities. This is why humans are remarkable. Rin nodded slowly. I am beginning to understand that too. Humans are not just explorers. We can adapt, connect, and inspire. Perhaps that is why you watched me. Perhaps that is why you chose to show me your room. Tira's eyes glimmered. Yes, you are beginning to see it. Humans are capable of more than you imagine. And you have shown that even one human can make a difference, can create understanding across species, can inspire. Rin felt a sense of purpose he had never known. The station, Tira, and even the photo on the wall were more than curiosity or study. They were a test of humanity's potential. Every observation, every decision, every action was a step toward showing what humans could achieve when they combined thought, courage, and curiosity. For the first time, Rin realized that being human was not just about exploration or survival. It was about connection, creativity, and the ability to inspire even those who had never seen a human before. And with Tira by his side, he knew that this was only the beginning. The station had grown quieter over the past few days, almost as if it were waiting for something. Rin moved through the corridors with purpose, but a small unease gnawed at him. While the station seemed stable after the airflow problem he had fixed with Tira, he could sense that there was more to understand. His observations had become sharper, and his curiosity more focused. He knew that a real test of human ingenuity might come at any moment. Tira appeared beside him quietly. "Rin," she said, "I have noticed irregular energy readings in the eastern sector. It is minor now, but it could become serious if left unchecked." Rin nodded. "Then we should investigate. Let's see what is causing it." Together, they walked down the long glowing corridor that led to the eastern sector. The lights along the walls pulsed softly, responding to their presence. Rin could feel the station itself vibrating faintly beneath his boots. It was alive, but something had changed. He could not tell if it was the station reacting to their presence or something else. When they reached the eastern sector, the anomaly became clear. A section of the station's power grid was fluctuating wildly. Machines that should have been operating steadily pulsed on and off. The soft hum of the station became erratic. Rin's scanner picked up unusual energy patterns that did not match any known alien technology he had seen. "What is this?" Rin asked. "I have never seen a fluctuation like this." Tira knelt beside a panel, her fingers moving across controls that Rin could not understand. "It is not just a fluctuation. Something is interfering with the energy matrix of the station. It may be natural, or it may be deliberate. Either way, it must be corrected quickly, or life support and environmental systems could fail." Rin felt the weight of responsibility. The station contained life plants, creatures, and even Tira herself. If he failed, countless lives could be at risk. But instead of fear, he felt a strange confidence. Humans were problem solvers. They faced impossible situations and adapted. That was what Tira had seen in him, and now he had a chance to prove it. "Show me what you can do," Rin said. "I want to help." Tira looked at him with calm appreciation. "Then we must work together. I will provide guidance, but you will act." Rin knelt beside her, examining the panels. He noticed that some energy conduits were slightly misaligned. Using the tools Tira had shown him, he began adjusting them carefully. Each movement had to be precise. A wrong touch could create a surge that would damage the entire sector. "Good," Tira said softly. "You are noticing patterns that are not immediately obvious. That is why humans are effective in situations like this." Hours passed as they worked together. Rin's hands moved quickly, but carefully, guided by observation and instinct. Tira's knowledge of the station allowed her to direct him efficiently. But it was Rin's human creativity that solved problems in ways Tira had not anticipated. At one point, a conduit jammed, and Rin quickly improvised a temporary fix using materials that were not designed for the task. The energy flow stabilized, and the machines hummed steadily again. "You adapted quickly," Tira said, her eyes reflecting admiration. "This is not just skill. It is creativity, problem-solving, and intuition. Humans have a way of seeing possibilities where others see limitations." Rin felt a sense of pride, but also humility. He knew that Tira's guidance was essential. Alone, he might not have solved the problem. Together, they had acted as a team, combining human ingenuity with alien knowledge. Suddenly an alarm sounded. Red lights flashed along the corridor, and a low vibration ran through the floor. Rin's scanner picked up another anomaly, this one more severe. "What now?" Rin asked. Tira's expression grew serious. "The energy interference is spreading. If it reaches the central core, the station's life support systems could fail. We need to stabilize the core immediately." Rin nodded. "Lead the way." They ran through the corridors, the hum of the station now urgent and tense. Rin noticed the plants along the walls reacting to the vibrations, their leaves trembling. The creatures that had floated gently in the air now darted back and forth, sensing danger. Rin realized that the station itself was alive in a way he had never imagined. It responded to energy, movement, and intention. When they reached the central core, Rin could see the source of the interference. A small device, unlike anything he had seen before, had attached itself to one of the conduits. Its purpose was unclear, but its effect was obvious. Energy readings fluctuated wildly, threatening the stability of the entire station. "Can you remove it?" Rin asked. Tira examined the device. "It is delicate. If removed incorrectly, it could overload the system. But yes, it can be neutralized with careful handling. You must act." Rin swallowed hard. His hands trembled slightly, but he reminded himself of what Tara had said. Humans are adaptable, creative, and capable of seeing solutions where others cannot. He reached for the device, moving slowly, adjusting the surrounding conduits as he went. Every decision mattered. One wrong move could be catastrophic. Tara guided him, providing precise instructions. Twist the top gently. Redirect the energy flow to the auxiliary conduits. Now hold the stabilization field. Rin followed her instructions, concentrating intensely. The station vibrated beneath him, but he remained steady. The device's energy fluctuations decreased slowly. Rin could feel the tension in the air, but also a sense of connection between himself, Tira, and the station. Finally, the device was neutralized. The energy stabilized. The red lights faded, replaced by the soft green glow of normal operation. The hum of the station returned to its calm rhythm. Rin exhaled, relief flooding through him. "You did it," Tira said softly, her voice carrying a mix of admiration and gratitude. "Not only did you act quickly, but you also adapted to a situation I had not anticipated. Humans have a unique gift for problem solving. You have proven it." Rin smiled faintly. "We did it together. I could not have done it without your guidance." Tira's eyes gleamed. "Yes. Together, we can achieve more than either of us alone. This is the strength of cooperation between species. Observation, creativity, and mutual respect. That is how humans and my people can learn from each other." Rin realized something important in that moment. Human ingenuity was not just about individual skill. It was about the ability to observe, adapt, and work with others. When combined with the knowledge of another species, humans could achieve remarkable results. Over the next few days, Rin and Tara worked closely to ensure the station's systems were stable. They examined energy flows, environmental controls, and the life support network. Rin suggested improvements using human logic, while Tira demonstrated advanced alien methods. The combination of their skills created solutions that neither could have achieved alone. The other humans began to notice Rin's confidence and skill. Mara approached him one morning. "Rin, the way you handled the core problem. It was remarkable. Tira clearly respects you. I think we can learn a lot from this collaboration." Rin nodded. "Yes, it is more than technology. It is observation, creativity, and trust. Humans can adapt in ways that complement other species. We just need the chance to work together." Tira watched quietly from a distance, her presence calm but observant. Rin realized that she had been testing him not in a hostile way, but to see how a human mind could handle unexpected challenges. The photo on her wall was not just a record. It was a symbol of potential. One evening, Rin and Tara stood by the observation window, looking out at the stars. The station glowed faintly, stable and humming softly. "You have proven that humans are capable," Tara said. "Your actions have stabilized the station, ensured safety, and demonstrated creativity. This is why I chose to observe you. Rin felt a sense of pride. I think I understand now. Humans are not just explorers or problem solvers. We can adapt, learn, and inspire. And when we work together, even with beings from other worlds, we can achieve remarkable things. Tara's eyes glimmered. Yes, that is why your presence here is important. You show the potential of your species. You demonstrate that observation, understanding, and creativity can bridge worlds. Rin nodded. He realized that his journey had changed. It was no longer just about exploring a station. It was about proving the value of humanity, showing that even a single human could make a difference, and building connections that could shape the future of interstellar relations together. Rin and Tira prepared for the next challenges, knowing that human ingenuity, combined with alien knowledge, could overcome even the most unexpected obstacles. The station had tested them, but it had also revealed the strength of humans in a way Rin had never imagined. And for the first time, Rin felt that being human was not just about survival or exploration. It was about connection, creativity, and the ability to inspire and solve problems beyond imagination. With Tara by his side, he knew they could face whatever came next. Rin woke to the soft green light of the station. Today felt different. The hum of the corridors was steady, almost welcoming. The events of the past days, the observation, the photo, the energy crisis, had changed him. He no longer saw himself as just an explorer or a visitor. He realized he was a representative of humanity. The way he acted could shape how other species saw humans. He met Tira at the main hall. She was already monitoring the station's systems, her expression calm but focused. She turned as he approached. "Rin," she said softly, "there is an issue with the outer docking bay. A containment field is weakening. If it fails, some life forms outside could escape or be damaged." Rin nodded. "Then we should go immediately. We can solve this together." Tara followed him as they moved toward the docking bay. The station's corridors seemed alive today, responding to their presence. Rin noticed subtle changes. The lights pulsed slightly as he stepped forward, and the hum shifted with their movement. He realized the station was almost aware. It trusted their actions. When they reached the docking bay, Rin saw the problem clearly. The containment field was flickering in irregular patterns, unstable and dangerous. The machinery controlling it was complex. With parts unlike anything he had seen on Earth, he felt a moment of hesitation but remembered Tara's guidance. Humans have creativity, observation, and adaptability. "First, we stabilize the power flow," Tira said. "Then, we adjust the containment nodes. I will guide you, but you must act." Rin moved carefully, adjusting conduits and redirecting energy as Tara instructed. The field flickered, then pulsed stronger. Rin noticed a weak point and quickly improvised a solution, using spare parts from nearby machinery. The containment field steadied, glowing evenly. Tira's eyes glimmered. "You acted quickly and adapted perfectly. Most would have waited for instructions. You saw the problem and created a solution. That is human ingenuity." Rin smiled faintly. "It is not just me. We worked together. Your guidance made it possible." Tara's expression softened. "Perhaps, but you made the choices. That is what matters. Humans can see opportunities, adapt, and act in ways that other species cannot. You have shown this clearly." The team of humans who had followed them from the main hall watched in awe. Mara approached Rin later. "I cannot believe how fast you adapted to Tira's technology. You stabilized the containment field before I even realized what was happening. You have proven that humans can work with even the most advanced alien systems." Rin nodded. "We learned from each other. Tara's knowledge and our creativity combined to solve the problem. That is what humans can do. That is what we are capable of." Tara remained quiet, observing them. Then she spoke, her voice carrying warmth. "Rin, I want you to understand something important. Humans are more than explorers, problem solvers, or scientists. You can adapt, inspire, and create solutions beyond what is expected. That is why I chose to observe you. That is why your photo is on my wall. It represents potential, respect, and trust. Rin felt a sense of pride and humility. He had never expected to be acknowledged in this way, not by another human, and certainly not by an alien species. The photo was more than an image. It was a symbol of humanity's ability to connect, adapt, and be remarkable in unexpected ways. Over the next few days, Rin and Tara continued to work together. They explored the station, improved its systems, and ensured stability for all life forms inside. Rin shared human methods of problem solving, while Tara demonstrated advanced alien techniques. Their collaboration became seamless. They could anticipate each other's thoughts, communicate without words at times, and act with precision. During one exploration, they discovered a hidden chamber deep inside the station. It contained devices that analyzed life patterns across galaxies. Rin realized that Tira had been using these devices to study not only humans, but many species. Yet her focus on him had been intentional. She recognized qualities in humans that were rare and valuable: creativity, resilience, and adaptability. Humans are remarkable, Tara said quietly as they observed the chamber. I have studied many species. Most are predictable, bound by instinct or routine. Humans can think beyond limits, create solutions in impossible situations, and inspire others. That is why you are important, Rin smiled. I think I am beginning to understand that. Humans have a unique way of seeing possibilities, even when others see obstacles. That is why we survive, why we explore, and why we can build connections across worlds. Tara nodded. Yes, and you have proven it not just to me, but to your team and to the station itself. Your presence here has changed how this station interacts with life, technology, and observation. You have left a mark, Rin. Rin felt a deep sense of responsibility. This was no longer just exploration. It was proof that humans could make a difference, not only on Earth or in their own technology, but across species and worlds. Every choice, every observation, every action mattered. One evening, Rin and Tira stood near the observation window, looking out at the stars. The station glowed softly around them, calm and stable. The stars seemed brighter, and Rin felt a deep connection to the universe. You have changed the way I see humans, Tara said. Your creativity, courage, and observation have proven that your species is capable of more than I imagined. You have bridged the gap between knowledge and understanding. You have shown that humans can inspire across worlds. Rin nodded. I understand now. Humans are not just explorers or problem solvers. We can adapt, create, and inspire. And when we work with others, even beings from other worlds, we can achieve remarkable results. That is what makes us human. Tira's eyes glimmered. Yes, and your photo will remain here as a reminder. Not as a record of intrusion, but as a symbol of trust, respect, and human potential. It represents the connection between species, the value of observation, and the power of ingenuity. Rin felt a warmth in his chest. For the first time, he truly understood the meaning of respect across species. The photo was more than an image. It was a symbol of what humans could achieve when they combined courage, curiosity, and creativity with understanding and cooperation. The next day, Rin prepared to return to his team. He walked through the corridors with Tira, who accompanied him silently. When they reached the main hall, Mara and the other humans were waiting. Their expressions reflected surprise, admiration, and respect. You have changed everything, Mara said. The station is stable, the systems are improved, and your collaboration with Tira has set an example for all of us. Humans have proven themselves today, Rin nodded. It was not just me. It was teamwork. Observation, creativity, and respect. That is what humans can offer. That is what we are capable of. Tira watched quietly, her gaze calm but thoughtful. She finally spoke. Rin, humans are more than I imagined. You have shown that even one human, acting with understanding, observation, and creativity, can make a difference. That is why your presence here matters. That is why I respect you. Rin felt a sense of pride and purpose. He had entered the station as an explorer, unsure of what he would find. Now he left as a representative of humanity, recognized not for strength or technology alone, but for the qualities that made humans remarkable. Before leaving, Rin turned to Tira. "Thank you for trusting me, for teaching me, and for showing that humans can make a difference. I hope we can continue to learn from each other in the future." Tira nodded. "Yes, there is much to learn and many possibilities ahead. Humans have the power to inspire, to adapt, and to create connections. You have shown this clearly. Remember this always." As Rin returned to his team, he looked back at the station one last time. The soft green glow, the humming corridors, and the plants swaying gently all seemed to reflect life, trust, and respect. The photo on the wall, once a mystery, now represented possibility, recognition. And the bridge between species.rin realized that humans were not just explorers. They were creators of connection, problem solvers, and beings capable of inspiring others, even across galaxies. And with that understanding, he knew humanity's future was brighter than ever, filled with opportunity, respect, and limitless potential. He smiled, walking toward the landing platform with his team. Humanity had been noticed, appreciated, and respected. And that respect, once earned, could only grow. The station behind him, Tira within it, and the photo on the wall would forever remind him that humans were capable of greatness. Not just in technology or strength, but in thought, creativity, and connection. And in that moment, Rin understood the true meaning of being human: to explore, to learn, and to inspire others, no matter the distance, the species, or the challenge.